All right, so on this question, they're wanting us to simplify this kind of square root expression. This will become important in this section when we're doing quadratic formula. These will pop up all the time near the end. So they're helping us to know how do you simplify something like this. Well, first off, I wonder if you remember how we simplified just the square root of 18. Let's just do that on this part right here, Let's just do that part first, then we'll kind of put it all together. How do you deal with something under a square root? Do you remember you do like a little factor tree and you go 2 times 9, or you can do 3 times 6. It doesn't matter. Start however you want. But then you just keep going until the numbers won't break down anymore, right? Like the 2, can't break that down. I mean, you could say 1 times 2, but you're using the 2 again, right? You didn't really make it smaller. You can't. 2 is what we call prime. It can't break down anymore. How about the 9? 3 times 3, and those can't break down anymore. So there we go. So the 18, the square root of 18, is a funny looking symbol like that, is 2 times 3 times 3, right? That's the 18, 2 times 9, basically. Okay, so what? Well, then remember what square roots do? 2 for 1 deal. 2 3s in, 1 3 out, and there you go. So it simplifies to be 3 square root to that 2 that's inside, he has to stay inside because there's not 2 of them. Remember how square roots work? They're like a 2 for 1 deal at Target. You shop at Target, sign says 2 for 1 sale today. So 2 3s, you go out of the store paying for 1. And they're gone, they're out of the store, right? So that's what square roots do. So you just break them down with a factor tree and then do the 2 for 1 chip out. Okay, but that's not the whole problem yet. Let's bring it back. So where are we at? So we've got minus 18, fraction here, plus, and now that square root of 18 has become 3 square root 2, right? I simplified the square root of 18 part. So now put it back with everything else. So now, how do we simplify it from here? What do we do? You guys know, right? Obvious. Easy. Cancel those 3s, huh? That's the big no-no. That's illegal procedure. The math cops will pull you over. We can't do that. And that's a really common mistake. And that's the main thing they're trying to show us in this problem. The square root stuff is old stuff. That wasn't new. But here's what's new. Here's what you got it. Here's worth the price of admission right here. You cannot cancel those 3s. Why not? Because of the plus sign. Let me prove it to you. Well, let me give you a rule to help you remember, and then I'll prove it to you. Well, here, I'll prove it real quick. Imagine if you had like, I don't know, 12 plus 3 over 3. Let me just show it's simply not true. What is 12 plus 3 over 3? Well, it's 15 over 3, right? That's what it really is, which is really, right? Just 12 plus 3, that's 15, right? 15 divided by 3 is 5. If you cancel the 3s, you suddenly made it 12. See how it's just not true? I'm just trying to prove to you, first off, that it's just simply wrong. Are you seeing that? Right? You can see it's just not true based on the numbers, right? 12 plus 3, or maybe I made that too complex. Let me make it even simpler. How about if you just had like, I don't know, 4 plus 2 over 2? What's that really? Well, it's 6 over 2, right? 4 plus 2 is 6. What's 6 divided by 2? How many times does 2 go into 6? 3. So, but if you cancel the 2s, what is it? 4. That's just not true. Everybody see that? You cannot cancel those guys. It's just not right, is it? It just makes it something it never was, huh? You see that? Now, what is the problem? The adding? Yes. See, if that was times, let me go back and prove it to you. If that was times, it'd be okay. What do you mean it'd be okay? Well, what is it really? What's really 4 times 2? Really, that's 8. What's 8 divided by 2? How many times 2 go into 8? Well, 4. So if you cancel the 2s, it's right still. You see the problem? The problem is the adding in the middle. If it was times, it's fine. Okay. So this is going to be a big and important deal that you need to remember. Because visually, it looks like we should be able to cancel stuff like these 3s back here, doesn't it? But we can see from these examples, it just ain't so. It's wrong. It's not true. It doesn't lead to the truth. When it's a plus or a minus, minus is the same as plus is the same. So adding and subtracting, you cannot cancel things like that. That making sense? You see the truth of it? So you have to remember this somehow. And it's not easy to remember because it looks like you should be able to. So here's my analogy. I'm going to, pluses and minuses, when they're between things, they sort of glue things together, making them a package deal. Meaning you can only cancel if you cancel both of them. You know what it's like? You ever shopped at Sam's Club or Costco? Remember how things are like plastics together? If you go there and you try to grab one spaghetti sauce or whatever off the shelf, it's like plastic to another one, right? You can't grab just one. They're all connected together. This whole deal you buy in bulk. You cannot take your scissors to Costco and say, you know, just cut the plastic between them and say, thanks, I just want one spaghetti sauce. No. They won't let you do that, right? Well, that's what pluses and minuses are like in math. They glue things together, making them a package deal, which means you buy both of them or you buy nothing. All or nothing. All or nothing. So let me just write that. Right? So adding, subtracting, glues them together, like Costco. This little plus sign says, no, you can't take just the 3, right? That's why I want to cancel the 3s. No, you'd be breaking up the package, right? It's bringing your scissors to Costco. You can't do that. So what do? You saying, Mr. Heron, that we can cancel both of them? Yeah, that's what you can do. That's what's true. You have to buy the whole package. Well, so 3 goes into 18 6 times, and then 3 cancels 3. So then you get minus 6 plus root 2, and that's the right answer. Does that make sense? You have to cancel them both. You have to buy the whole package. Everybody see that? So that's the actual answer. You can put a 1 here if you want. 3 went into 3 one time, 3 went into 18, negative 6 times. You have to do both. Now, what if it won't do both? Like, what if that was minus 17 instead of 18 over 3, right? Then if you can't do both, you can't do anything. Just like at Costco, if you can't buy both, you can't buy anything. You can, well, I will use the 3s. No, you cannot do anything. You can just stop. We would just be done right there. Everybody see the difference? You cancel both or you do nothing. All or nothing. Package deal. Adding, subtracting. Glues things together is the deal. So the answer in this one is minus 6 root 2. If it had been some number 3 couldn't go into, we would have just stopped right there. So that'll come up a lot. There we go.